Hello, Talk Therapy Center family. I'm Carla Elizondo. I want to talk a little bit about EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's a modality of therapy. EMDR is the acronym that stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's stimulating both hemispheres of our brain and body, bilateral stimulation, the left and the right. You do this in your everyday life when you walk, left, right, left, right. That left, right movement of your feet or your arms really helps to process and clear the brain. Have you ever felt better after a good walk or a run even? That's what helps our minds process this bilateral stimulation. Okay. So when we dream, REM sleep, rapid eye movement, or REM, if you've ever watched somebody with their eyes closed and their eyeballs are moving back and forth underneath their eyelids, that happens when we're dreaming. Rapid eye movement, the left and the right, the left and the right. This is happening for some reason when our brain is processing. Our eyes move back and forth very rapidly, like it's scanning like a computer or downloading the information, processing our day while we're at rest. So what EMDR therapy does is it mimics that rapid eye movement. But there's different ways that you can get that bilateral stimulation. I mentioned before walking in our everyday life. But if in a therapeutic setting, it can look like tapping, left, right, left, right. It can be the eye movements. Get a good sweep, left, right, left, right. Or they're tappers. We can put tappers in your hand. It kind of taps with a little buzz in each hand. It'll tap left, right, right. Or binaural beats, if you've ever listened to the boom, boom, boom on this music. That's why some people listen to that to study, to focus, to process information when they're studying. They put those binaural beats, the audio bilateral stimulation. So basically the EMDR therapy, it replicates this processing, this left, right, bilateral stimulation of our minds. It sounds kind of weird at first when clients first experience it, but it's a wonderful way to process information. So by introducing the bilateral stimulation, whether it's eye movements or tapping, while we're holding on to a disturbing memory. So any memory that's disturbing, that you just can't get over, that's just kind of stuck in you. It's kind of stuck in, it's like it needs to move along down the track. It needs to get processed. You hold on to that, and it's a very specific process when it comes to EMDR, and your therapist can walk you through that, obviously. And you do that bilateral stimulation, whatever it is, while you're holding on to that memory, and you process it through that way. And it's quite powerful. So a memory that was traumatic, that might have been on a scale 10 out of 10, can diminish slowly down to a 2 out of 10. That's the goal. Just like I use this example too. When something happens to us and it's really wrapped up in heightened emotion, say if something funny happens, you're with your friends and something very, very, very funny happens and you guys are laughing so hard, you're hitting your knees, you wet your pants, it's just so funny, you're crying. Then somebody comes in and you want to tell them about it. So you retell the story, what happened, and you're laughing again, you can barely get it out, it's so funny. They laugh too. Then a new person comes in and, oh, tell them the story. So you tell them the story. And the more people you tell, it kind of diminishes the intensity. And by the time the fifth person comes in, you're like, oh, you just had to be there. By telling the story and processing it over and over and over again, it kind of lessens the funniness of it. I guess you just had to be there. But when something negative happens or scary happens, we sure don't want to tell that. So we hold it in all of its intensity and level of disturbance. It's never let out. So the more we process it, talk about it, think about it in a safe setting, it diminishes, it turns down the volume on that loudness of disturbance, if you will. The goal of EMDR is not to get rid, we cannot eliminate a memory that's happened, but we can change our relationship with it. We can change the emotional response and the disturbance level that we experience when that disturbing memory crosses our mind. I hope that was helpful. That was just a little bit of explanation of EMDR therapy and what it is. So it mimics that bilateral stimulation. So even in your everyday life, if there's something simple that you're working through, something you're thinking about, something that's weighing heavy on your mind, go for a walk, pump your arms, get that bilateral stimulation, go on a run on a treadmill or outside, 5 or 10 minutes, and hold on to what you're kind of rolling around, a decision you have to make, a solution you're trying to find, something that bothered you in your day. Go for a walk, get that bilateral stimulation in with the left, right of your walking. But when it comes to serious traumatic events, of course, you can contact us here. We have wonderful therapists that can help you with your needs and who practice this modality of therapy, EMDR. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.